I thought I'd make a video on how to connect your sensor data to AWS IoT Core, because I think before, like, you managed to get it on the MQTT client when you clicked on test. I'll just show that. So on here, when you typed in like your topic and you press subscribe, it showed your data down here, but when you're on your thing, it wasn't showing the data inside the shadow. So what you need to do is you need to change the code inside your Python file. So in your Python file, rather than using the AWS IoT MQTT client objects, you need to change that to the shadow client. So you might have a file that looks like this after following some online tutorials. So you need to set this variable to AWS IoT MQTT shadow client rather than just the client, and then this string can just be like a random string of characters. It's just a unique identifier for that shadow client, and then you need to configure your endpoint, and then that'll be the same as what you did for the AWS IoT MQTT client, and the same for configure credentials. You might have used like more functions later on, so you'd have to delete those or either comment them out like I have. So if you use the hashtag, it means do not execute this line of code. And then you need to add this line of code in and configure last will. You need to add your topic name as the first parameter as a string, and the second parameter is the payload string, and then the number 0. And you should already have this here as well, .connect. After that, you need to add a new variable called shadow handler. My MQTT client.create shadow handler name, and this is the name of your thing in AWS IoT Core, and the second parameter needs to be set to true. And then you also need to make sure that this line's been deleted or commented out as well. And inside your while loop, you need to create a new variable called myMQTT, and then you call your variable that was declared above myMQTT client, and use this function, and this will get the variable that you would have used originally. So you could then use the publish function as you will be able to before. So you probably need to like change this variable here. After that, you need to use your shadow handler variable and use this function, and then you pass your payload in, which is like a JSON object, and the second parameter will be none, and then this is the delay between calls, so I think it'll be 5 milliseconds. And for your actual payload, you need to make sure it's in this format. So you do open curly brackets state, and then open curly brackets reported, and then you put your data inside here, and make sure you have the correct number of closing curly brackets as well. After that, it should then update to your shadow. So just save this. Yeah, that's how it should be reporting to your shadow. If you go into your thing, and then shadows, classic shadow, you should see that all of a sudden it starts updating. Yeah. And if you wanted to transfer this data over to IoT Analytics to then be using QuickSight, you need to have a rule in here. I'm not sure if you've made this already or not. So on the rules page, you need to either click create to create your rule or to edit your existing rule. So I think mine was this one. No, it's this one. And then you need to change this to say selects value. So value needs to be in capital letters. And then this unwraps your JSON objects that you created inside your Python file. So it'll be state.reported, and then whatever your data is. This isn't really necessary, but for mine I put .data, so then it sends across my temperature and humidity. So it's nice and neat when it's on IoT Analytics. Yeah, so that'll just be your channel on IoT Analytics. I'm assuming you found another tutorial on IoT Analytics, and I might create another video if people are struggling on that as well. Other than that, I think everything should be fine for you.